Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Idiots Out Wrenching Around. In this episode, Kelly drops a valve spring keeper down a push rod hole. What are we gonna do? We're fucked. What's up YouTube, Kelly here. We're back in Kelly land, and if you guys have been following along, you know what today is. I'm excited, gotta run some errands and then we're gonna get started on this thing. Alright guys, we're out running errands. I'm gonna get a quick clip of the EGT, Max EGTs on a full earth gear pull and maybe the smoke output, so we can compare after we do the 025 delivery valves and see what change there is. I'm gonna go 1500 RPM to 2500. So as it sits, once the spool gets going, there's not much smoke. Clears up pretty good. Max EGTs of about 1300 degrees on that 1500 to 2500 RPM pull. Alright guys, we got her in the garage here. I'm gonna get some prep work done, make things a little easier for ourselves, and then we'll get started. I'm basically just gonna take the front wheels off and lower the front of the truck down so it's not so high. I gotta get the intake horn off, injector lines, a couple other little things. Alright, we got our first set of valve springs out. Here's the ones going in for comparison. Quite a bit more robust. We've also got heavier duty valve spring retainers and locks that we're going to be putting in as well. I was just like, you lucky motherfucker.
Yeah.
Dash fucking, you're lucky to get him in bed 410.
She was up till 8 tonight. That's why when I got home, I was like, oh shit, I better hang out for a minute. I put her to bed before I left. 3 o'clock. Being up that late. Yeah. And she'll sleep now until probably 8 o'clock or 8:30 in the morning because she stayed up so late.
I wish I could sleep that long.
Maybe not. She doesn't really nap during the day now though, especially not in daycare.
This is literally gonna be the worst fucking thing ever. I can't even get the tool installed. My wife's a saint. Did you get that on video? Jason, delete it. She can't know. My wife's a saint.
My wife's a saint. My wife's a saint.
Son of a biscuit! Are you too good for your home? Why won't you thread in? Did that one thread in hard, Jason? You put it in.
No, I didn't.
It didn't thread hard?
No, I didn't put it in. I just tightened it back up.
What's our theme song gonna be? I'll write the music for it and sing it and record it and we'll put it on the intro.
Then what are you asking us for?
We just need I need words.
I couldn't carry a 2-minute bucket, so. Don't ask me. Kelly's one that fucking sings weird ass songs about fucking Tom D.
Oh, I could probably come up with a jingle.
Yeah, I need words and a rhythm and I'll put some fucking music to it.
Well, Jason's the rap guy, so.
Ooh, rap boy.
No. You couldn't pay me to rap.
Oh, sorry.
Holy smokes, you got it.
I gotta tighten it down still.
What is that? A freaking Samsung potato? What is that?
I'm pretty sure every single iPhone footage that we have is literally the worst quality in the world.
That's not true.
It is true.
You just can't compose it properly.
Compose it. I'm not
You can't
Mozart.
You can't receive it properly. This little dragon. This one. It's like it. That's not gonna happen.
As you can see, it's a horrible fucking job. Why didn't Kelly just take it to the shop?
Yeah, just take it to the shop. I mean, come on.
Perfect turn.
I just don't know how it looks so easy.
I mean, it's technically easy.
You take it apart, you put it back together. It seems simple enough. But... Okay, now to
I'm
drop.
working on this damn Prius.
Carpenter takes imagination. Mechanic just takes it apart and puts it back together.
Oh, there's one. Oh, my pick doesn't even fit back here.
Oh, no.
For the idiots reaching around.
Smoke effect.
Oh. We got the whole gang here together now, folks. We're getting stuff done. We're truly idiots out wrenching around.
Oh, the idiots are in the house.
One guy working, everybody else watching.
That's the best way to do it.
Kelly's trying to drop a valve spring retainer
Kelly
down to the block.
performing complex surgery in the chest cavity of the beast.
Feast your eyes, ladies and gentlemen. Can you even see what I'm doing back there?
I thought you had that on time lapse.
It's not right
It's
now.
not real.
As you can see, there ain't room for the old electro-digital wrench
Ugga-dugga.
back here. So we're down to 1800s status with the hand tools.
Gear wrenches.
Gear wrenches, 1800s.
Well, they didn't have channel locks back then, or I'd use those. We're trying to stay period correct here, Tyler. Oh my god.
Where's your new springs at?
Over here in a
In the box. We got one cylinder down, as you guys might have saw previously, or maybe you'll see later. I don't know. inline motors. Well, I guess, I don't know, Tyler, every motor have companion cylinders?
Yeah, except for odd cylinders. Sometimes they have balancing shafts for odd
Or like
cylinder engines.
5-cylinder. Yep, that's gone.
Yeah, it's
Well, there she went, boys. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Come here.
What's happening?
Luckily, I dropped one of the big pieces. It's all right. We dug her out of there. You throw that in the used bin.
I don't know if that's the used bin. I just put it with some other parts.
Anyway, there's companion cylinders, 1 and 6, 2 and 4, or 2 and 5, 3 and 4. And so we did cylinder 1. Now we're doing cylinder 6. Things should get a little easier after this one and number 5, but
Yeah. Those ones are the new ones.
we've got our Manton valve spring tool in there,
The other ones on top.
helping us get these valves changed here. Old spring's coming out.
Here, give him a new spring, old spring.
New springs
You
on
got
it.
the compare.
Kelly, move your hands. Can't see anything.
I can't see anything, and I'm the one doing it. I'm doing it all by feel, ladies and gentlemen. Bringing her in. I'm bringing her in stick, dead stick. Oh,
Let's work.
And that's why Kelly was the first one married.
get them finger skills, boys.
Can't put that on YouTube.
This is gonna 12. Oh, we got it. Hammer for the win.
You might be the first person to use a hammer to install valve springs.
Probably a ball peen hammer. At least. Oh, now let's see if we can't launch them into the stratosphere.
Guys, if you haven't followed us on the Instagram, there it is. Idiots out ranching around. I don't know what you're doing.
Ladies and gentlemen, exciting news. We have recovered the valve spring lock. Tragedy struck last night, second cylinder. Dumbass Kelly forgot to plug the push rod holes while he was dicking with the locks and retainers. Of course, the worst possible thing that happened, or could have happened, did, and it fell down the back push rod tube back there on number 6. I was able to finally fish her out of there with my handy dandy bendy magnet. So we're gonna get back to work. I gotta put number 6 back together and do number 5, and the valve springs and stuff will be done. So, yeah! quick last explanation for you folks at home. Basically, what we're doing is rotating the engine around until the piston on the cylinder we're working on is all the way up. That allows us to use the spring compressor to compress the spring, which lets the valve move up and down. And then by doing that, we can get in here. Well, let's see if I can get it. There. We can get in here and get these guys out. These are the stock valve spring keepers. There's the stock one next to the new one. You can see they're considerably more robust. They're a lot thicker. This is the guy that I dropped down the pushrod tube. Right where those are. So with those out, I can then back the spring compressor off. The valves will stay right here because the piston is, right now they're resting on top of the piston. They'll sit right there while I change out springs. We'll throw the new stuff on. That's pretty much it. This is the last cylinder. So from here we'll be moving on to retorquing my head bolts and doing delivery valves. Alright guys, it is now night of the second day. Last night turned into a train wreck pretty quickly, but valve springs are all done. Head bolts are all back in and retorqued. I just went to 125 foot-pounds. Looked like there's a handful of different ways you can do it and different torque specs people recommend, but I think that'll be alright for now. Wasn't able to capture the retorque on camera because I was using my phone for the bolt pattern or whatever, but we're going to move on to doing the valve lash adjustment right now and then get the valve covers back on, and then we'll be on to delivery valves. Alright guys, I got the valve lash adjusted. Valve covers are back on. For those of you that don't know, these engines have a solid lifter. It's called a tappet for this application, but generally they're hydraulic on newer cars, so oil pressure takes up the cushion in between all the different components of the valve train. Here there's nothing to absorb that cushion, so you adjust the tolerance down on the rockers too tight and the valve won't close all the way, too loose and it won't open all the way, so you get it in spec. I'm sure I probably do it the wrong way, but I run it through and do one cylinder at a time. Just gives, you know, that many more revolutions of the engine to work things through and make sure that they're good. I check each cylinder 3 times, go 3 times around on each cylinder, so it's quite a few revolutions. And it helped with the, you know, the valve springs and new locks and retainers, make sure all that stuff was going to stay where it's supposed to. So we're on to delivery valves. Alright guys, I figured I'd walk you through this last one here. I've got this socket on. I suppose these have never been taken out before, and it's a brand new socket, so it's a super tight fit. Had to lube it up, more or less get it started, and then persuade it on with a hammer. I got my big ratchet here. I've been led to believe that you want to get these off in like one swift motion. You don't want to be like wrenching on them because you can turn your barrels or whatever. So far they popped, popped loose pretty easy. They're like 80 foot-pounds though, so they're pretty tight. Give her a nice jerk. Bust them loose with that big boy, and then I've been using this breaker bar to get them backed off. Once I get them backed off a little bit, I've been cleaning them off good so I don't drop anything down in the pump. These threads definitely seem pretty delicate, so if you got to work them back and forth a little bit, take the time to do it. This one's going to be tough, but once you get them all the way loose, you want to tip it down flat. And there is a spring. There's a spring in the end of that. On the end of this spring is a little plunger and then some shims and stuff. You don't want to lose any of that, so keep this upright, set it somewhere it's not going to get tipped over. Now you can see, well, maybe you can't. Down inside this hole we've got our delivery valve. I'll go ahead and pull it out with the magnet. There's actually two parts here. There's a delivery valve and a delivery valve holder. So here we have our delivery valve holder. It's just more or less just a blank piece of metal to hold the delivery valve. Let me grab a pick here. If you can see, focus. See this shoulder right here with this nice shiny face and groove on top and bottom. Let me go ahead and grab the new one. Focus. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but the shoulder on these new ones are much shorter. And what I've been led to believe is that the diesel fuel pressure coming out of the injection pump lifts up on this valve, like so, and then that spring pushes it back down. The smaller that shoulder is, the longer you're injecting fuel. It travels a set distance, so the smaller that shoulder is, the sooner it starts adding fuel, and the later it stops adding fuel. More or less controls duration, in layman's terms anyway. That's the way it was explained to me. On my pump, since it's a 160 pump, it has these little shims that I've been told to take out. They are aluminum. Just can't get them with the magnet. I'm just going to plop this new guy right in there. Make sure he's sitting the way he's supposed to be. And then I've got my delivery valve holder. Maybe this is called the delivery valve holder. I don't know. You just want to tip it in there nice so you don't lose that spring. It should seat itself as long as you get it close. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to tighten it down just snug. And then there's a torque procedure to these. You go 25 foot-pounds and then go up to 80. So I'll hop back on the time lapse and wrap this thing up. Alright folks, just wanted to wrap up this video. As you can see, the 025 delivery valves definitely adding some more fuel, some more power, some more heat. Definitely pretty smoky. I feel like I should be able to tune most of that out. If not, we can definitely take care of it with some more air. But the valve springs and stuff didn't go the smoothest, but I definitely see how it should have been a lot smoother than it was. Truck revs to about 3,500 RPM. That's about as high as it seems like it wants to go. Nice and smooth and quiet. The top end definitely sounds a lot smoother in the upper RPM range than it did before. It used to get pretty change in the freaking clothes washer machine noise. Used to get pretty loud there around 2,500 RPM, and now it's nice and smooth, clear up in there. Valve train's maybe a little bit quieter at idle, but not a whole lot to notice. Don't really have a good way of showing the improvement in the Rip'ems right now. We're on the highway and I don't have much for filming equipment, but overall the delivery valves have been an excellent upgrade for the money. They were like right around 200 bucks. I got them on sale for power driven diesel, plus another 30 or 40 bucks I think for the socket. That was a really easy install and a pretty big upgrade, so I would definitely, if you're on the fence about delivery valves, I would just go for it. But I've been driving the truck for a few days now just to make sure don't have any leaks or nothing, and so far it's been great, no issues. Look forward to doing some more mods and get some more videos of this thing. But that's it for now, guys. As always, catch you on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave too. That's very important, very important. All right, check you later.